Alright, so the 5-lug is finally done on my Accord. I have the fronts converted and the rears converted. We're going to go over what I did on the front first. So on the front, I used 1998 to 2002 Honda Accord front knuckles. They are the same for the 4-cylinder or the V6 version. It doesn't matter if it's stamped S5 on the back of the brake dust shield. They're the same knuckle. It is the same bearing. The only difference is the hub that goes into them. So 98 to 02 Accord, 99 to 2003 Acura TL, and also 01 to 03 Acura CL. Those are the knuckles that I used. For the upper control arm, I am using a 1993 Acura Integra DA upper control arm. It is non-adjustable. It gives you a little bit more caster and a little bit more camber. It's kind of an important part of using these knuckles, because these knuckles, they add a little positive camber. So the negative camber added by the upper control arm negates that. So basically back to square zero. Going back to the 5-lug conversion, again, this is a 5-lug hub for a 98 to 02 Accord, or also a 99 to 03 Acura CL, or 01 to 03 Acura, actually 99 to 03 TL, or 01 to 03 Acura CL. That takes care of the knuckles, upper control arm, and hub. For the brake rotor, this is a new one that I haven't really seen anybody use yet. This is a 2017 to 2020 Honda Civic SI rotor. It is 312 millimeters by 25 millimeters, so 312 in diameter, 25 thick. Same goes for the caliper. This is a 2017 to 2020 Civic SI caliper. It's also shared with like the Acura ILX. The caliper itself is designed to also work with like the Acura RLX, I think the front wheel drive version, and then also the second gen Acura RDX, which I believe was like 2013 to like 2018. Could be wrong. It's right around in that area. But the important thing about the SI and ILX calipers is they use the same bolt size for the bracket on the front. That means these will bolt on. The height for the rotor is the same as the Accord TL CL. So all of this is a bolt-on drop-in conversion. Super duper easy in the front. I am using a 5th gen Accord brake line because that's what I had. I just drilled a hole in the center of this, right between the two holes, so it could bolt to the bracket that holds the brake line for the 6th gen Accord, TL, CL, whatever. Bracket. So bracket goes to the knuckle, drill a hole, bolts to it, and then it's still attached to the shock on the standard location. These are some old Russell ones I've had sitting around for, oh god, probably 10 years now. But very straightforward in the front, very simple, very easy. It all just bolts right on. If you have a 5th gen Accord, probably the only thing that you really need to be aware of is the clearance between the knuckle and, say, your spring collar or coilover collar, whatever it is. This probably will not work with a factory spring. Therefore, you either need to do some kind of coilover or something with like maybe no bigger than like a 2.5-inch coil spring perch, because otherwise you're gonna be pretty close to it. I've gone through the full range of motion and it does not contact anywhere. Pretty cool. For the rear, also very simple, very easy, direct bolt on. So I'm still using the factory caliper for the 94 to 97 Honda Accords in the rear. I do have a Valix Racing stainless steel brake line. For the rotor, let's go over the hub first. The hub, very simple and easy. It's the same one that everybody else uses, the 97 to 2001 Honda Prelude rear hub. I'm using the Honed HD axle nut, so it comes with the axle nut, the little sleeve thing that goes on the spindle, and then also the axle nut retaining washer. So that all bolts on like normal. 100% perfect. For the rotor, this is from a 1st gen Honda HRV in the United States. I believe in overseas it would be 2nd gen, but this is all American stuff. So 1st gen Honda HRV, so I think that's like 2013 or something to like 2021, something like that. The reason why that one is important is because it is a 282 millimeter diameter, just like the other rotor that I tried. But the internal inside of the hat is flat all the way across. The other rotor that I tried had a step down lip to it, and it would probably work with like an ITR hub or something like that. But because the Prelude hub has a larger diameter than the ITR hub, I had to use this rotor. It's the exact same design as the 7th gen Honda Accord hybrid with the 282 millimeter rotor, which is also where this bracket comes from. So this is the HRV rotor. It's 282 millimeters with the 7th gen 04 to like 07 Accord hybrid rear caliper bracket. Bolts onto the same caliper, uses the same pads as the 5th gen Accord, 6th gen Accord, and a ton of other cars. So basically, HRV rotor, 5th gen Prelude 9701 hub, honed HD axle nut, 03 to 07 Accord hybrid rear caliper bracket, and the factory 94 to 97 Accord caliper. Simple, easy. Anybody has any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. That way I can answer them as I needed to. But the reason that I did this is because I wanted everything to be bolt on. I wanted something larger than what most people do. I didn't want a multi-piece rotor. I didn't want a 4 or 6 or whatever multi-piston caliper. Those are awesome. Do I need that? No, I don't need that. This will be more than enough. This is actually the same front to rear caliper bias as the Acura ILX from like 2016 or 2017 to like 2022. I will be doing something with the brake master. I may step it up to a 1-inch bore or potentially going with the honed brake booster delete. I'm going to drive it first, see how the brake pedal feels. I fully expect it to be very soft. And then after that, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the brake master. But at this time, that is what it is. Potentially, I may also upgrade to the 5th gen Accord wagon rear caliper because it does have a 4 millimeter larger piston, so it will give a little bit more braking force back there. And then it will have the same front to rear brake caliper bias as the 10th gen Honda Civic Si. So 34 millimeter rear piston, 60 millimeter front piston. Currently it is a 30 millimeter rear piston and a 60 millimeter front piston. So we'll see. I have not changed the brake proportioning valve on this car yet. It is originally a drum car. It felt fine with the disc brakes before that were just a standard 94 to 97 Accord discs all the way around because I converted this car from drum to disc last year. This year I have converted it to 5 lug and also done the bigger brakes. Again, any questions, feel free to ask. I can answer whatever that needs to be answered.